I did want to have an autocomplete for all the different values. So let's set that up using jQuery UI. And jQuery UI has a really neat feature here where you can do an autocomplete, and it gives you a bunch of options here on the autocomplete. So that's all built in, and we're going to make use of that. So all we have to do, we've got some source code there. So we need to make sure that we bring in the jQuery UI into our project. So I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm going to simply copy and paste these in. So this is the jQuery UI CSS, and then we need to bring in the two jQuery JavaScript libraries. And I know that we're using fetch, and we could have used jQuery Ajax. So that's I'm going to leave up to you if you want to make those changes. But for us, what I wanted to do is I wanted to set up that this box here that we have within our project, that whenever we're using this drop down, that it auto populates the contents that we've generated into our load route. So we want to drop all of these, add them in, just as jQuery UI here has all of these within an array, and then it just drops them in after. So we need to load all of those values, and then we're going to drop them into our array. So that's the jQuery shorthand format for document ready. And let's go back into our project. And we know we want to, this is the route that we want to use. So we use jQuery get functionality. So let's set up array. And then let's fill that array. We're going to use get. So we've got a nice mix of different ways to do Ajax. So it's always good whenever we're doing an Ajax jQuery type course that we get to see all of the different functionality, and we can kind of compare them together. So next we need to set our currency tabs. So this one over here where we've got our currency tags, and we might as well use jQuery for this. And we need to add the autocomplete. So that's a built-in method within jQuery UI that we've got this autocomplete. And it just requires the parameters of source. And the source is going to be whatever we're turning back from data. And we don't actually need the available tags, so you can get rid of that. So let's try that out. So open up our browser, make it large. And now we see that we've got this nice drop down that we can grab the various values, and we're ready to add in our C rate as well. So that's coming up in the next lesson. So go ahead and hook up jQuery UI if you want, and bring in that drop-down functionality, that autofill functionality that's available within jQuery UI. And then the last route that we need to set up is we want to see the individual values within the routes. What crypto does is it allows us to select details about a particular cryptocurrency, and this is going to work really nicely with our jQuery autocomplete because we can see that value. So all we need to do is pass in that proper route and return back that JSON data. So that's coming up next.